All right, boom. Welcome back. Welcome back to War Stories. This is part three of Jermon, aka Hitman Arnell's story. This is part three of the trilogy in regards to this man's walk and this man's journey. Welcome back to the show, my bro. How are you?
Man, I'm good, man. Appreciate it. How you doing, man?
I'm good. Can't complain, man. I'm assuming you staying corona free.
Man, like a mug, man. Nope, you can't corona me, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, it's definitely, man, it's definitely a new world, bro. It's crazy. Like I was just talking to somebody about how strange it is when you watch TV now too. It's like everybody is on this type of joint. It's video call to video call, FaceTime to FaceTime. All
Right,
the
right,
TV shows are like Skype type of feel.
right.
And it's funny how it takes away from the magic, right?
Yeah.
Like it makes everybody seem like, bro, you not even like you might be famous, but you ain't that damn special.
All right. It's like the Matrix, like watching a Matrix movie or something.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And like it's putting everybody in bubbles and weakening immune systems. You know what I mean?
right.
To
I tell
me,
you what though,
so I'm not with anything that's against natural. You know what I'm saying?
I tell you what though,
For real.
you get to know, who you live with and who you rock with. You know what I mean? Like it's one of those
Oh
things
yeah,
where you really get to know somebody.
it's one of them laws of power. You stir waters, you catch fish.
Hey, and they
Right.
said something. They said something about there's been like a statistic of a lot of divorces have been going on in the past 3 months because some people maybe they're used to not spending too much time together during their regular life, but now this whole Corona thing has forced them to what I'm saying, to see each other and spend
I
time with
know
each other.
about that. I know about that. Being bunkies with other men for years, sitting in a cage.
Oh
You get
God,
out. You don't even want to be roommates. Or, like you want
yo,
to live in
yeah.
your own
Well,
house. You know
that's
what I mean?
that's involuntary though. Yeah,
So,
the
I'm
corona. I
just
didn't
saying,
think
though,
about
yeah.
it.
I'm just
Yo,
saying, yeah. Being that close with somebody, you don't want to be close with them no more. Like,
nah, you
you
can't
need
do
to
it.
stay.
You can't do it.
Yeah, for real.
All right, so hey, so let's go ahead and not keep the folks waiting any longer in regards to why we came back for part three. Main
Yeah.
reason why, just to remind the folks who have seen part one and two, if you haven't seen it, go check it out. And most importantly, subscribe to the channel. Let us know how you feel. Subscribe to Jermon's YouTube and IG channel. Here go the link right there. There's both of his handles there on the IG and the YouTube. So please take the time, man, and subscribe to his channel. He's got some big things coming up. But most importantly, there's been a sequence of events in regards to part one, part two, and part three. I'd like to assume this is where, you know, probably things get the most haywire, I guess, so to speak, right? Shit hits the fan, I guess, right?
Right.
To the point where, there's a fork in the road and you gotta pick a side. So, uh, as far as I remember, we were still in the Mac in part two, or
Yeah.
you were damn near on your way out. But now
Yeah.
look, man, let me before you speak on that, let me ask you this question. When we talk about these things, what
Uh-huh.
goes on in your head, in regards to talking about the prison stance, the different bids, it's like, is there a certain level of anxiety, or what goes through your mind when you talk about these things and relive these situations?
Man, that's like I really can't say anger, but just like a whole gumbo of things. Like, man, it's time wasted. Uh, man, just I be in awe, kind of like, wow, like, damn,
Right,
really?
right.
We went through all that and came through all that. You know what I mean? I'm still here. Like, damn, that was a lot of years gone. So, but I'm still here and able. So at the same time, I look at it as a blessing at the end of the day. You know what I mean? been have survived through it, and here it's still thriving. You know what I mean? And it's man, that's a good question, man. You know what goes through my mind thinking about that? Don't want to
Well,
go
I mean,
back. You know what I mean?
like I said, these are things that they changed the course of your life, right? And then changed your reality. You know what I mean? So whether that's voluntary or involuntary, always talking about it and reliving it. There's a certain level of emotion that's invested.
Right, right. So check it out. So really, the main thing when I think about that is I have responsibility to really give knowledge, you know what I'm saying, educate and empower the next to prevent them from going there because I have sons, I have nieces, nephews, just little cousins, all that, so it's like
Right, right.
yeah, and when I was in there, I seen a lot of young people like me, you know what I mean, but they was doing like shitloads of time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Think about that. Them is all the things I think about. I got to make it change the cycle up. I have to step up to the plate, assume responsibility to help change that momentum up. You know what I mean? So that's really what is the ultimate feeling that comes over me when I think about the incarceration and all that stuff, man. You know what I mean? So that's what
No,
I mean.
that's a good point.
Yeah.
I'm glad you said that too because that's what's unfortunate, especially when it comes to the young men, um, young black men specifically, is that the examples, a lot of our examples, a lot of us, we look up to athletes and entertainers and street legends. We're not looking up to the doctors, the professors, the scientists. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Mhm.
Neil deGrasse. Remember, that dude Neil deGrasse Tyson? Is that what his name is? Yeah, the scientist, the black scientist,
I remember the name, not familiar with his work or
something like that. Like,
Nancy or whatever.
but that's the only dude who I've seen lately where I was like, this dude's a scientist, and it's like he was catching a wave with the young folks, and it was really cool to see. It fizzled out. Didn't last
Yeah.
long, but it was dope to see. People started looking at him as like he's a dorky dude, he's a square,
Mhm.
but he's cool. Why is
Right.
he cool? Is because he's so interested, in learning about the world, whether astrophysics, uh,
Right.
you know, astrology, whatever it is, just to have that inquisitiveness within you, like to starve to learn. So let me ask you, I don't know if we covered this, but in the Mac, did you have a chance to learn? Like, was there programs where you could, do a certain trade school or something like that, or you could even get a GED or probably even like some kind of degree or something?
Man, when I was in the Mac, they did have a case manager that was pushing for to me it's propaganda BS, but it was like some little packets you can do for like thinking for a change. It's sort of different counseling programs that were done by a pamphlet. You never entered a classroom. It was never a teacher, director, or whatever you want to call it of the course.
Nothing you
Come
can take out of
knocking
there.
on the door for you to read and fill out, and you know what I mean. That was the only thing going over there at the time that I was there. Through the years I was there over at the Mac. But I do know that in prison, like there's classes you can take like through the mail.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah, So, but you may have some free ones and some that you have to pay for. But all I did was just myself. I just ordered business books and just studied, just read, and business magazines. I just delved in like that. I never took any classes. But I did the little pamphlets from the case manager, all that thinking for change. And
Right,
you
right. So tell me, like, on the way out, were you nervous? Like, what was the was there anticipation? Like, damn, like, what am I gonna do? Or were you looking at it like, shit, I know exactly what I'm gonna do as soon as I step out. I got a
yeah,
plan.
yeah.
What was
I
what
knew.
was your mindset? And tell me kind of what happened in regards to your way out. Did you fall back into it
I mean,
or what?
it wasn't any nervousness, but it wasn't any. specific like plan put in place leading to the days of coming out to the time, even though I had my in the back of my head, like, am I really going home because of that
Right.
incident? We talked about it in part 2, but I really didn't have no precise plan like that. I had like a in general thing, and I did. Only thing I knew, I was, was going to get out and just make it happen. You know what I mean?
Right.
No,
Right.
just eager to go ahead and make it happen, and I did, make some things happen. So, you know,
What'd you make happen?
well, I established an exotic entertainment. It's not a club. It's just sort of a tour bound entity, and
Mm-hmm.
uh, and I established that. But right when I did establish that, it took me a minute because you said that I back up into the streets and things. I did dib and dab in the streets and all of that in the mix. But speaking about the plan and the things I wanted to make happen, I did make it happen. And at that point is when I got shot, man. And
So
everything changed.
and so, man, you know, before you start, kind of breaking that down, um, it's like a movie. Like right when the dude wants to get out the game, something happens, right, and it pulls you
Yeah,
right back in.
just
So
like
man,
that.
what happened, bro? And hold on. So especially like, I don't want you to go straight into it. Like tell me like how that day started, like what was going on to what even led to that whole incident. And
Well,
while
at
you
the
do
time,
that, I'm gonna pull some pics up of you while you were coming up. Like I'm gonna show the ones of you in the Mac a little bit, but I'm not gonna show like, what I'm saying. I'm gonna show the pictures as you tell the story.
right. Okay, well, well, leading up to that day, like the whole lifestyle I was living, I was presently in school for business management over at OSU OKC, and working on my degree. I just wanted to shoot for a little associates. I know degrees don't determine your success. I just wanted to, get my foot in the door and rub elbows and get educated by, people that's in the know. You know what I mean? However, I was doing my thing, getting my money, still one foot in the streets, you know what I'm saying? But I was going to school, and I was clubbing every weekend, and that day was just like, the regular day. I stopped by the studio. I'm not a rapper or anything, but my peoples are. So I stopped by, hollered at my peoples, just hung around a little bit, and went and got fresh, you know what I'm saying? And as the evening started taking nightfall, man, that's a hell of a day, man. That's crazy thinking back. But went out like regular, had a good time, and it's time to go to the after hours joint, you know what I mean? Which it was part 2, we talked about how that whole situation went about, me going to the after hours, but that was the overall plan anyway, and I still fell through with it, going to the
Right.
after to get something to eat and things, and was it too many moments after some a family member and friends and I stepped out the car a few moments later, whole world changed, man. Words was
Do you
exchanged.
remember what led up? Like, do you remember the instance right before it happened? Because you know how sometimes things like that are blurry.
I do not lie. My last memory before it happened was at the club before the after hours club.
Oh
I
wow!
remember. I
So,
just
and
remember
how many hours is that?
we like buying drinks and passing drinks, and it could it probably an hour. I don't know because man, maybe an hour because it was like the height of the night inside the club is what I remember. Inside the club, the height of the night. Double shots of Patron, passing drinks, drinking, and you know what I mean, and just
Right, right. Sound like
everybody
that movie. You sound like
shining,
that, that movie Hangover,
yeah, yeah,
and they were just throwing them back. Like,
yeah, all the way
so,
turned. Right?
so
So
do you remember any like what do you remember after?
check it out. I remember something like before, like kind of in the mix, but after that, I remember being in pain, saying over and over again, please take the pain away. Please take the pain away. Just over and over. I remember saying that, just, over and over again. And I remember somebody saying, I can't. And when he said, I can't, I felt like my life just sink away. Just, Then he told me a joke. He's a funny dude. I know he is. You know what I mean? He was one of the guys I was with. He was with us. Anyway, he said, I can't. And it took me down. But he told me a joke. He said, when you get up, you're gonna owe me $80 for this shirt. I felt my face smile. And that was my last memory. When I woke up in the hospital, it was a month later. You know what I mean?
Wow. But you remember even hearing the whole joke.
I remember that, yeah. Real talk. I remember that. I
So
remember feeling myself come back and brighten up. And I woke up a month later.
was there anybody around that could tell you what they saw? Like, you know what I'm saying, in regards to how
Yeah,
it happened?
they gave me some history on it, like, the apps on it. But what had happened was, I guess, somebody that was with us, it was somebody that was with us knew somebody that was in another group of guys.
Right.
They saw each other, and I guess we walking up, and they end up approaching us and saying something to us. And it was told that I even said something to them. Like they asked me who I was, and I told them who I was. But I don't even remember that at all. And
Like you were saying who you were
yeah, I guess
aggressively.
like on some gangbang stuff. It was supposedly like
Right.
it's no secret. It's all public. It's all it happened. You know what I mean? But anyway, it's supposed to be. They asked who was I and all of that, and I told them who I was, whatever. But I didn't have anything to do with why they even approached us like that or whatever. You know what I mean? But to what I was told, a few words was exchanged back and forth between our party and their party, and so I don't even know. I guess one person pulled out a gun out of their party. I don't remember. That's what I was told. And started shooting. It was 5 of us. He shot 4 of us.
How close?
They say he was probably like 6 to 10 feet away.
Damn, that's close, bro.
Yeah, but let me see. It was five of us. 4 of us got hit. I got hit clearly in the head.
Right.
Right here behind the ear. Can you see it? You see it, bro? Yeah, but
Hold on. Yeah, but I was looking for another picture, which actually,
another one.
yeah, which shows it specifically. But keep going though. I got you.
Yeah, but okay, but yeah, that was like a year after when they put my skull piece back in.
That's the shot right there.
But you see behind my ear right there is where it went in and it traveled to the other side of my head, 9mm slug. And like I say, that was a year after when they put the skull piece back in. But anyway, one guy got hit in both his legs, the other guy hit 2 in his arms, and one got hit in his stomach.
Everybody survived.
Everybody survived.
Man. So I mean, it sounds like you got the worst end of it though, huh? With the headshot.
Yeah, I caught the worst end of that one.
So the likelihood of you, what I'm saying, even you surviving the bullet, where did it? Obviously, it penetrated the skull, but it's like, what saved your life? Do you know exactly? Did they explain that?
Well, the doctors ended up telling me like because it was a 9mm and because it didn't exit, it just went in and traveled to the other side of my brain, and I guess it went along a path that didn't really mess too much of anything up.
Right, bro.
I was paralyzed. I was paralyzed on all of the left side of my body.
Just the left side, like you talking about, like the left arm and the left leg.
Yeah, like everything to the left is gone, right? But the brain is so miraculous. Before I even was released out of the hospital, I was back walking again, Yeah. Brain is bad, mama jamma, man. For
Hold
real.
on. So I got two questions.
What's
How
that?
long did it take until you got to go home? And then number two, how long did it take for that the wound that we're looking at right now? How long did it take for that to heal? Because those are staples, right?
Uh, no, that's they sold me together right there.
They sold that.
Yeah, those are stitches. But that wound is a year old, but you see that cutting, that's a fresh wound. That's like not even 24 hours old because that's the morning after I had surgery. That's the put it like when I got shot. Let's go
Yeah.
back to this. When I got shot, they had to do what is called a craniotomy, meaning they have to cut a portion of my skull off, out. They cut it out, remove it. Yeah,
Damn.
that picture put that picture up if you would. When my head is sunk in.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, they did the craniotomy. And so yeah, but they had to keep it like that for a whole year. See, that's the
Holy shit.
yeah, that was the before the surgery, and you said the aftershock. But yeah,
So where they put your brain at? Why?
well, my brain is in my
They put it in the fridge or something until that shit.
the piece of my skull. Yeah, they said they normally put it in people's stomach or whatever, but due to my conditions, they put mine in the freezer. But it's the
Holy shit.
that piece of my skull. But a year later,
Was it
see the
soft,
wound.
bro? Was that shit soft?
Yeah, that's skin and brain right there. You're looking at that's all skin and brain. Like you can just push it and like literally just like
Woo!
brain.
Woo!
They gave me a helmet to wear. I used to wear it a little bit here
Right.
and there.
So the brain doesn't get fucked
Helmet,
up.
yeah, get hit.
Holy shit, bro.
You know.
So let me ask you. I mean, did you have headaches like crazy? I'm assuming.
Oh man, the side I got hit on was my favorite side to sleep on until I got shot. I was in so much misery I couldn't even sleep
Oh,
on. I
bro.
couldn't. It was so much pain I couldn't even sleep on the opposite side, man. Like I had to
Shit.
buy a bunch of pillows and literally like sleep sitting up,
Sitting up.
like straight up. I couldn't. My head couldn't be leaning any kind of way. Like it was man.
So you said you had.
I'm talking about man.
So you said you had to have it like that for a year,
Yep.
and that was to do what? To let everything heal inside.
Well, it's called a honeymoon stage to give my brain time enough to, because at times it would swell and then go
Well,
down, swell and go down. They wanted to make sure that no more swelling would occur.
got you.
Hey, and I missed some, man. Not to be all animated, but for real, when I got shot, you guys know I remember the pain before I even heard the words of him, before I even started begging. I was in pain. I don't, I recognized pain. I wasn't like I knew where I was at anything, but I felt like a big heavy metal rod lit up through my skull, through my brain. That's what the pain felt like.
Mm.
But when I started saying, please take the pain away, I guess I felt somebody like grab me up kind of like, in their arms. And that's when I began to beg them to take the pain away.
Mm. Mm.
Yeah. And went on from there.
I mean, bro, like that's one hell of an injury right there. Well, and just the likelihood of anybody surviving a headshot, is slim to none anyway.
When you hear about it, I never heard about it until it happened to me. But when I started like hearing about it from then, it was like nicks when nobody getting, there was no penetration involved. You know what I
Right.
mean? If it did penetrate the skin and not the skull, but mine penetrated the skin, the skull, and the brain. It traveled from one side of the brain to the next. And so I'm like,
Bro, you lucky you didn't get no brain damage.
I'm lucky to be alive, like, period. You know what I mean? Like, that's a whole hot bullet in the brain. You know what I
Hey,
mean?
did you see anything? You know what I'm saying? Like, did you go to the light? Like, did you talk to any angels or
I did, bro. Like,
Did you really?
I did. First off, I seen my family in the hospital. I didn't see anybody like specifically. It was like I was floating above, like bird's eye view. You know what I'm saying? I just like seen them all
Like
in
out of body experience.
seen them all through the hospital, all in the waiting room and stuff. And then it was
Damn.
one point it was like I entered like this like a white basement
Mm-hmm.
that it was this is weird, man. I know dreams and stuff how you animated, but like it was like a white basement with like two white love seats with white lamps behind them. Everything is super bright lit. They ain't there like golden, glowing and stuff, right?
Yeah.
But it's two like little 13-inch TVs in front of these seats.
Flat screen or with the back?
It's like a little box, like little 13-inch, little bitty, you know what I'm saying? Little bitty
Yeah.
box TV. So on the left TV, my understanding is like this is like all my quote unquote sins just playing on the TV like a never ending movie as I'm
Right.
entering in here. And
Right.
on the right TV, it was like, from my understanding, me using all of my quote unquote sins to do right. And so check it out. This is weird, bro, but this is really what I remember.
Yeah.
Two white bats. Two white hatchback vehicles ended up kind of like backed in, like to the side, like in front of the TVs, but like to the side. And the
Right.
left TV and the hatches was open. The left TV floated, landed in back of the left hatchback, and it closed and disappeared. And I felt refreshed after that. Like I had this feeling. This is what I remember. I felt
Wow.
that feeling. Like I really felt the feeling of refreshing. And you know how you grow up in this world, like it depends on what religion you grew up under, whatever around. I felt like I was being forgiven for my sins and given a new life.
That's
And
dope.
my understanding was to, start, take everything and turn into a positive,
Right. Right. Right.
keep it moving like that.
Dang, that's something else. And so when you got out of there, was there a level of fear, or was there a level of I need get back for what happened to me?
Well, when I remember I remember thumbing down a lot of shit. Just put it like that. I gave thumbs down to all that old get back because, like I said, I experienced. I felt like I was given a new chance. Felt like I was being forgiven for all my wrongs, and it was like I was given the opportunity to do right with all my wrongs or whatever. Right,
Right.
given a new life. So I'm like, I wasn't feeling no kind of get back. Why go backwards? I'm blessed to be alive and able. You know what I mean?
Right.
With a headshot, I'm supposed to be dead and gone. So ain't no way I'm going back. Only way is forward, man. You know what I mean? So
Right. Right.
now
Right.
I'm thumbs down to all that. You know what I mean? Off top. You know what I
Was
mean? So
it something where
no more hitman.
was it hard? I mean, was that hard to do? And did you
Not
and
at
also,
all.
did you get flat from the homies, like in regards to changing your ways like that? You know what I'm saying? Because
No, I got no flag whatsoever. It's much love and respect and understanding. Like in my face anyhow. You know what I'm saying? But as far as like I know homies salty, not just at me, but about the situation.
right.
But I mean, it's kind of like, well, shoot, well, he ain't gonna do nothing. Well, fuck it, type of effect. It kind of took place, and I'm glad because I don't, we
So I
all
mean, I'm just saying, like, so you didn't lose any. There wasn't any love lost because you chose a different way.
not at all.
Why do you
Not at
think that was so with your folks, with your people? Why do you think that was so? Like, because you know how a lot of times you would like to assume because you decided to walk a different way and turn your back.
Yeah.
It's like that it could be a potential problem. But then also for some people, they're respected enough where they can make that type of decision, and everybody respects it.
I mean, yeah, I'm respected as a man first and foremost because I've always been that stand on my own 2 feet, right? So, but also it's like I didn't turn my back, because it's not like I ran from a situation or anything like that. It's I
Right.
faced the situation as a man,
Right.
opposed to, not, we think, all the ignorance is manly and all that, but no, man, that's not manly,
That's a
and
fact. That's a fact.
ultimately, like we're people out there with all the ignorance and stuff, like that's man-made. That's not our natural birthright. That's not our natural inclination, right? So for me to stand up as a man and step up as a man and just be, face it as a man, address it as a man, that's automatically touching that's in them. You know what I'm saying? Now, if I
So
was talking,
so by the way you reacted, it definitely even affected everyone around you in regards to even how they see it.
absolutely,
That's dope.
absolutely,
That's dope.
absolutely,
Hey, did dude go to jail for that? Like, whatever happened to dude?
man. I remember the detectives came and asked me like, "Do I know what happened? Do you know?" I'm like, "I don't know nothing." You know,
So you chose
which I
not to
don't.
speak on it with the law.
If I did, I would damn sure wouldn't tell them. But I'm just saying, because I wasn't living that lifestyle. Like that's not me. So, but I knew nothing. And they was like, "Well," and mind you, this is so crazy about police, man. This need to be known. They was like, "Well, we know who shot you," but they said these words to me. But your bitch, he said, "We know who shot you, and your cousin do too, but his bitch ass won't tell us, and we have to let him go because nobody will say yes, he's the shooter." So
So let me ask you this now.
he's out living his life, doing his thing.
That's what I'm saying. Like, okay, so if you so I understand, in regards to not saying nothing because you in the life. But now when you leave the life, do you still abide by the same rules?
Absolutely. However, when your hands are clean, it's like, you hear no evil, you see no evil, you speak no evil. It's a wrap. Like
So it's like,
I have to change my rules. I just don't have to associate with things that are gonna have to have me abiding by rules that are like that'll keep me from incriminating me or anybody else. You feel what I'm saying? Like I'm out. Like I
well, like
don't.
for example, for example, like a civilian, right? They can call the cops about anything they want to.
Right.
But then if you're in the life, especially if you're in the life, that's the last thing you do. So when you lead a life, are you considered? So now, are you considered a civilian, or what are you considered then? Now, since you, that's what I'm saying. Since you don't do it like that no more.
I know where you're getting at.
No, for real, because we also got to give these people a chance to.
No doubt, bro. We
separate them.
gotta respect. You gotta do your stuff, and I gotta do my stuff, right? Check it out. No, 100. So basically, me personally,
Yeah.
there are certain things that I'm going to go to the grave with, certain codes and rules, like just because that's in me.
Right.
I just don't condone it. Like I understand, y'all might hear my story and see it and feel like, well, you should whoop whoop and all that. But no, it's deeper than that. You know what I mean? So as far as like how you put up the example of a civilian calling the cops, I don't call the cops. I'm not the type of guy.
So you still don't live as a civilian.
So I don't indulge because I don't have it in me to do that. So I don't indulge with things. I don't,
It's like so you're like, let me see if I can.
If I see an old lady getting robbed, I'm gonna help her. I'm not gonna call the cops.
So there we go. That's a good one.
I'm gonna smash on them. Like I'm gonna take it into my own hands, type of thing. You know what I mean?
But watch this. Okay, but watch this. Let me use your example.
The kid, I'm gonna snatch their ass. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Like let me ask you a question and use your example. So you see the old lady getting robbed and you help her, right? And so while you're helping her, the police pull up. The dude gets away, and they ask you, going, "Who was he? What did he look like? Which way did he go?" Do you say I don't know, or do you tell them? Do you tell them he went down that way?
I don't know, and I'll go to trial behind it.
So even though, but see, that's what I'm saying. So why do you? And this is like I said, there's no wrong answer here. No, there's no wrong answer here. So because I want to get in your mind in regards to why do you choose to still live under the laws of the underworld when you're not in the underworld no more?
It's just in me, and I've been
It's just
doing it.
yeah.
It's just in me, and I've been doing it for years. You know,
Is it something that
I'm not perfect? I'm still growing,
yeah.
But there's things that I do not condone in, and it's deeper, and it's deeper than just even just gang. It's like it goes into government and the whole corruption against us African Americans. Like, you know what I mean? It's deeply rooted on why I'm still opposed to a lot of the BS propaganda and stuff that's put in place. Why I don't choose to turn to them authorities for things. You know what I mean? It's like I'm not of them. You know what I mean? They're not of me. You know, we two different peoples, two different entities. You know what I mean? Like,
is that something that you
they're
think?
not my savior. They're not my savior. You feel me? I don't look for them for that. You know what I mean? Even this day with all this stuff that's going on with the corona and this crazy president, and I still don't care about the voting stuff. And you know what I mean? Like, because it's all a big propaganda. They're for them and them only. Like, I just, you know, hey, I'm 35 and still living and learning. I came up how I came up, and I'm still, you know, I came
Still trying to
along.
figure it out. Yeah.
You know,
Well,
yeah.
and that's the reason why I was asking you about it, is because it also, like I said, it also gives you a chance too to kind of like, you know, it's like a soldier, right? Mm-hmm. They always been on base and they always been deployed, but when they come home, they got to put the uniform up, right? Yeah. They got to go to softball games and baseball games and go do what normal dads do here. They don't carry guns all day. You go to work, drink some beers with your friends, this and that. So it's like there's a certain type of guideline, right? There's a certain type of etiquette. There's a certain type of morale that you live by when you wear a certain hat for so long. And so I guess kind of why I was asking too is that for you ultimately, is that the way that do you see yourself changing that in regards to who you are? So do you see yourself in 10, 20, 30 years going, if something happened, you do rely on police to help you in your community, or you do, you know, or you know, it's like you do vote, or you go to a church and you're part of the neighborhood watch and this, like, do you see yourself being part of the community like that, or is it something where you are always going to have that mentality of how you came up, and is it a good thing, is it a bad thing, does it help you, does it not help you?
I don't even entertain those thoughts. My only thoughts is of moving forward, building our own independency. You know, so for example, like you brought up neighborhood watch and all that. For example, back in gangland, you know, we police our own hood. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. So that's the type of thing I have in me. And so moving forward, no longer involved in the gangland lifestyle, I have to start getting like rubbing elbows and associate myself with other men that are out there really trying
who don't think like that, right? Who
don't think like that, and is actively trying to build us African Americans up over here to become independent of you know, within ourselves. I'm with that whole movement, so to speak. So say if, you know, we got legal armed men that can police our hood, security our hood, and things like that, yeah, I would hit their line. Hey, handle that. But I'm opposed to the government like that. The Caucasian government. I might get a lot of backlash for that, but I'm just being honest. That's where I'm at with it right now. I want to relegate tasks to our people.
Right.
Not
Right.
I don't want to outsource anything. That's where my mind is at with it. You know what I mean? Like in
Sure.
all,
Sure.
in all aspects. So
So
it's just part of
so after the,
information.
the the almost you losing your life, like um you said that you decided to look at things different. Um so that's why for me, I had to, it's like I had to ask you, like, how did the homies feel, and how, how usually would you react to something like that, because you decided to do something totally different. And not only different, it was like it was completely opposite of what what you would usually do, right?
Right.
Um that type of thinking, what is it, because you almost lost your life? What what made you go, I don't have to go hunt this man down and do the same thing to him. I don't have to make the call and have someone else go do that. I don't even want to call the law on him and have him picked up for it. I just want to wipe my hands. Like, that's what I'm saying. What prompted that? Because obviously, all this time you weren't thinking like that.
A power higher than my understanding at that time and like at present, you know what I mean? Something, just like come over me like, I don't have to retaliate, I had strong desire just to move forward, build on the blessing of the life that I still had, you know what I mean?
So,
Because I done lost so many homies to gunshots, you know what I mean? Even after me getting shot, I done been at several homies' funerals and they were getting gunned down, So, man, not even just homies, family, you know what I mean?
mhm.
Man, so, but at that time when I had got shot and all that, it was just, I don't know, just a feeling, just a,
Well, and also, it sounds like that dream that
wow.
you were talking about earlier. Well, I don't know if it was a dream, but where where you went to that, where everything was all white with the flash.
Subconscious state of mind, yeah.
Right, right. Nah, bro, it's a beautiful thing, man, and that's the thing. It's like we got about 12 minutes left. So, what I want to do is I want you to kind of speak to us in regards to, when you look back at everything you've talked about, from doing over several bids, from and while we're doing this, while we're doing this, I'm going to show these pictures. When you look back, bro, what and why do you feel like you have to put your cards on the table in regards to letting the folks know your war stories, and and what made you think, and what makes you feel that it's important for people to hear this? Why is that important to you,
I mean,
coming from where you've come from?
logically, I can tell you why. My experiences, and it's just I don't know. I don't. And due to the experiences, I just have a feeling of responsibility to really just speak on. Not like I'm some role model or whatever, but I know that just like I watch other people's stories and things like that, and I be inspired, by a situation. Light bulbs go off in my brain, and it's uplifting and empowering. So, being that I do have some experiences in life that people outside of my family and close friends don't know about. So why not get on this public platform and put it across the globe? You know, it might touch somebody. You know, and as far as you know, my
Like, what would
man,
you say to this guy right here? Um, especially when he was in this position, what would you say to him? Like number one, what's in his eyes right now? What was he thinking in that very picture right there?
man, back then.
Yeah, what was he thinking, and what would you say to him now? That if you got to talk to that dude.
Wow, a lost little boy right there, thinking money and bitches and just fly. Sitting in the penitentiary.
Hell, I
Wow.
don't see money, bitches. I see I'm gonna punch the lights out of anything moving if it's not with me.
I mean, you know, that's in the mind too. I was wondering,
I
man,
see anger. I don't see no happiness. I don't see no party. I see anger.
you'd be mad too. You was locked up, man, without all the amenities of life, man. You know, be
What would
like,
you say to him though? Now, this Jermon, today's Jermon, what would this Jermon say to that Jermon?
man,
What
you
would you
need
say to him if you ran into him and
under,
you only had a couple of seconds to say something to him?
like
You
you
got
really
to
need,
jump back in the past.
you really need to pull your head out the sand, wake up and look around at all the opportunities that you are depriving yourself of for the ignorant actions that you are taking and associate yourself with. You know, like or what's the end result of the actions that you're taking right now? Like, what's the gain? Those temporary gains aren't even gains. You know what I mean? The temporary flashes for detrimental, like total losses. Like, man.
I hear you.
But then again, you know, that back then that's a fatherless young man, a boy, you know.
That's what I'm saying. Like I see a lot of anger.
That's the
I
picture
see it's
law.
like if I feel like if you walked up to him today and you try to say some shit like that, he'll fuck around and slap your ass.
I mean, you know, they did call me hitman for a reason. I didn't like to talk, but I mean, let's
Right.
go that. Go by
But,
that.
but the thing is too though, at the same time I say that, you've always had a side to you where it's like if you cool, you know, if somebody's cool with you, bro, you cool with them too. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not a goddamn animal where you just bark at a motherfucker. So
Hey, I'm a loving person. I actually am a loving person,
you
man.
really are, and you're funny. And it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like you like to play around, you like to joke around and snap on people and shit. So that's why it's like when I see this guy, this dude is saying, I'm not showing you any of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not showing anybody that. Nobody deserves to see that.
Okay, so with all that being said, how I was just expressing how loving I am and all that, what I would say to that young boy is, hey man, the act is up, man. Cut the act because that's a lost little boy feeding in with something that was manifested from exterior, didn't come from in him.
Well said.
It came from things that molded him from around.
And
So
I feel like he would hear that.
be
I feel like
you, do you.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Because a lot of the things I was, you know, is you call it, it's like zombied out. You know what I mean? You going with the flow. You caught up in the lifestyle. You know, you trying to impress people, trying to, you know, make a name for yourself. You know, you trying to get that fame. You know what I'm saying? Hey,
Now this is the dude.
that's Big Mac right there. That's the walls.
Well, this you
Look
don't
at the
look at
beam.
you don't
That's how
look as you don't look as angry there. You look a little more like I'm riding it out, whatever it is. Like I you know what I'm saying? Like there's a little more of like a
I was coming up for parole around that time. I think that's like July. I forgot what year. When I
okay,
was coming for parole,
yeah,
they denied me. I was at the walls.
yeah.
Look at the bean hole where they push our food through, man. Gotta use the
That's what
phone.
that is back there.
That's a bean hole where they put your tray through. They don't even open the door. They got
Wow,
a bean hole next to the door. They slide your tray. Man, shout out to all my guys on lock, man. Y'all
man.
hold that shit down, man. That shit is sentimental, man. That's crazy, man. That's
So
what I
man,
got.
yeah, man. Like um, we got about 6 more. We got 5 minutes. So it's like I want you to tell them folks, man. Like I said, because you know,
Yeah, I don't even
let
know
me go
what.
back to that picture. Uh, You know,
Man,
there's
hey
a lot
people,
of
this is what I'm gonna say to all my brothers out there, man, my peoples, man. Hey, we already have the government against us. They've been against our ancestors. They got so much stacked up against us. Why do we need to keep going against each other? Like, that don't even make sense. Like, no sense whatsoever. We need to push our pride to the side, man, and ride with each other, ride for each other, with each other.
facts.
I don't
Facts.
give a what neighborhood you from, what set. Like, fuck that, man. Like, come on, man. We got officers gunning us down and we gunning each other down. Like, that shit, what for what, man?
That's
We
a
ain't that
fact.
evil, man. I know a lot of y'all out there that's doing that, or they know y'all love you. We wasn't born this way. We weren't born for that. I know it's a new generation and all that, but we all come from God. You know what I mean? We all have love in our heart and soul. We need to have that for each other, man. Put all that to the side. Like, all the OGs out there, push that line about, coming together, you know what I'm saying? Because you already know who the real ops is. You know what I mean? It ain't no blood or
Facts.
crip or whatever. You know what I mean? You know who the real ops is, man. They out to get us, man. They been out, man, and they closing in on us more and more. And we helping them more and more, man. You know what I'm saying? He's out there like, come on, man. Busting straps like it ain't nothing, man. Just earn shit out left and right. I don't even watch the news no more because of that. Like, it's sick, man. Like,
No, I hear you, bro.
I don't understand. Y'all, anybody, like, I don't understand if you know that we got ops against us. Why would you want to go pop another brother down, take his life, then you take your life at the same time because you're going to go do life? You know what I'm saying? Or, somebody from out of his retaliation for him gonna come hunt you down and pop you down. It's just back and forth, back and forth. So it's killing, incarceration. What the fuck? What for? What kind of sport is that? You want to shoot some shit? We need to legalize and go hunting and go shoot some deer or something, man. If you like shooting guns, go join the mother service or something, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, where you can go shoot people legally, like, you know what I'm saying, for our country, for us. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it ain't really for us like that, but I'm just saying, like, you can do it legally. You take sport and just killing people for the fuck of it, because you ain't, man. At least you won't go to jail for the shit. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's real, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I can't agree with you enough when you say that. That for me, none of these motherfuckers are real. None of them are as brave as they think they are. When they would rather point the gun at somebody who looks like them as opposed to the real enemy. You know what I'm saying?
That's why. My bad. I'm going to cut you.
Well, it's just my thing is that the real the ones that are really about it are the ones that understand that distinction and understand at the end of the day that, look, there's a lot of people that have lost loved ones on both sides when it comes to our gang culture as dark-skinned people, whether it's the Bloods and Crips here in the States, or whether it's the numbers gangs in South Africa, or the political parties in all the other African countries that have fought against each other, trying to do something. But at the end of the day, we all know that the only reason why we were fighting against each other is because of internal conflict that we didn't even spark. Somebody else came in the mix and got things going with the Black Panther Party, tore them up from the inside. And what happened with the Black Panther Party? They split up, and then all these little factions, they turn into neighborhood watches, and then those neighborhood watches turn into street gangs. So for us to know this, and we don't act like we know it, and we still do the same shit that they want us to do, where we're doing the job for them, where we kill each other, like you said, bro, it's not only is it past stupid, but ain't nothing brave about it, bro.
Hey, man, we breaking a cycle over here, man. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
like Dr. Watkins has said, like him and Dr. Claude Anderson was talking about, like, shit, if you ain't on board, you ain't bored. Even Nip said everybody can't go. Like, shit, it's coming to the point of that. Like, shit, like, if you ain't getting on board, then you're gonna get left. It's get right or get left. So
okay, so look, I gotta give you one more minute. I gotta give you one more minute. In this last minute, tell the folks as quick as you can, if you want to change your life, you know, and start looking at things different, what can you do? Give them at least
Just
4 or 5 things.
start getting independent. Disassociate yourself from shit that you know that got bad consequences. Fuck the slick shit. Just discipline yourself. Just think about how you don't want to sit in a cage and be fed what they want to feed you when they want to feed you, or you don't want to be in there for years. Like you want freedom. You want to be rich and wealthy and healthy. Like you want to, just think about that for yourself. Get selfish and think for yourself. Like think about yourself, because all that being cool with it, like you can be, if you that person with that in the back of your mind, like this ain't right and I'm doing it anyway, stand up with that inner voice and you can change the whole momentum of your whole circle. You know what I mean? And they'll follow you into the light instead of running into the dark like y'all been doing. You know what I mean? Like just, man, you just have to want it. You know what I mean? You have to want it. Think about the kids you're gonna leave behind due to incarceration or death, or your family. Think about that. Like just gotta make a change. Think
That's
about all
real, bro. Nah, that's
think about how think about how homies go to the pen and have to be licked up with enemies. You know what I'm saying? So-called enemies in the streets against other races and things, and like that. And think about how the police is already against us as a race. Think about how there's homies that are snitches, homies are that fuck with other people that done killed homies, and you know what I'm saying. Think about that, all of that, meaning that all this black on black shit is dumb, ignorant. You know what I'm saying? Just think about all that shit, man. You know what I mean? And get better. You know what I mean? Get better about your stuff, man, and just start
man.
backing up. You know what I'm saying?
Well
Get a
said,
job.
my bro. Well said. I hate to cut you off. But do me a favor and tell the folks. I have your IG going down here below. Tell the folks where they can find you, and let them know if you got anything coming up in the next few months.
Man, you can find me at on IG at SIR_MON_ARNELL. That's Sermon Arnell. Find me on YouTube at Sermon Arnell, Jermon Arnell, Sermon Arnell. You can find me on all them socials like that.
And I got it scrolling at the bottom too for people who, you know what I'm saying, who aren't listening, they're watching. Hey, man, I can't thank you enough, my bro. I really do appreciate.
You too. I got coming up with some more of this. You know what I'm saying? Bro done got my feet wet in it. I'm going with it. It's more and more. In hindsight, you think like, damn, I should have said this. I could have said that. All that's in place. So it's like, with that being said, it's way more, that's going to develop from this. Like,
well, we're gonna, and that's
details, all that. I got pictures and videos I need to get out of USB drives. Like, I just want to bring it to the
and that's why I'm it's like I'm urging people to go check out your YouTube channel, because you're gonna be posting and doing stuff, and I hopefully, like I said, that this is just paying it forward. We're paying it forward in regards to this information, that you go to your channel. Anybody who follows me, y'all go check out his channel and see what he does. But this is somebody who he's trying to make the world better where he's at. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to do the best that he can. So the more that we do this, the more contagious it is, the better, man. So, hey, can't thank you enough, my bro. This has been the first installment of War Stories with Jermon, aka Hitman Arnell. Bro, blessings, and I hope everything goes well with you. You got anything lastly to say?
Right on, man. Y'all just be safe and just keep doing what's right. Keep striving. Knowledge is power. You know what I'm saying? Let's just keep educating and if it's something in his back of your mind, like, hold on to it, like, shake that off, let it out. You know what I'm saying? Speak up on it. You know what I mean? Let it be known. You know what I'm saying? So we can change the momentum up with our people, with our lives, this period. You know what I mean? And I appreciate you, bro, and blessings to all, man.
Absolutely.
Check me out.
Already. All right, man. Y'all, I will see y'all on the next episode. And y'all just stay tuned. We got some big things coming up. I got the podcast coming. It's called the Build Podcast, and I'm about to have some really, really good guests on there. We're gonna talk about things that are hard to talk about, but that's why we do this, is because these are things that we need to be chopping up and building on. And like I said, I appreciate anybody and everybody, people like Jermon and huh?
From the bottom to the top.
Absolutely, absolutely. I appreciate the fearlessness, though. I appreciate the honesty, and like I said, I wish you nothing but but success, man, in all your future endeavors. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you, brother.
Already, bro. All right. So this has been the first episode or the first installment of War Stories. We'll be back with War Stories number 2. Peace.